Hi, welcome to the Rapid Returns Show. I'm your host, Clarence, and we're sitting with Harrison from UberJets.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, Harrison.
Thank you for having me.
So, UberJets sounds sounds exciting already.
Yes.
What is UberJets? What do you guys do?
So we basically tried to make an antiquated industry more efficient and more modern. So we bring the whole booking process in acquiring a private flight, a private aircraft for a flight to the palm of your hand. And you're able to request the flight, get options presented in your hand, and book it within 2 taps, all on the app. And our record is actually 36 minutes from a requested flight to in the air taking off.
Wow, I've had black cars not pick me up that quick.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's where we come in, and we're able to present options fast when you need them.
Who's your customer?
So our customer base is generally the 1% of the 1%. So the people that are either they're flying for their companies and they have a corporate account, or they are just very general wealthy folks that are able to afford that kind of lifestyle, I have to say, of the flying private and that.
Yeah, I probably could have guessed that part.
Yeah.
Other than them being well-heeled, are there any other characteristics that they share that you know about?
It all comes down to almost privacy. So you're able to, the companies use it more for, you can do a board meeting while you're flying from location to location. People do it for health reasons, as well as just wanting to not be in a crowd when you have to go through TSA and go to an airport with, stuff, illnesses and stuff like that. COVID-19 hit America a little hard, and all the people that had extra money in their pocket were looking to fly private, to kind of get away and be able to be safe and, comfort when they're traveling.
Okay, that's great. So how are you finding these needle and a hate, these 1% of the 1%? How do you find them? How do you get them on board? No pun intended.
So it's mainly word of mouth. So we have all of our members now, and most of our onboarding clients were referrals from clients we had previously. We also do have marketing campaigns to high income zip codes within the United States, and we're able to target those specifically with ads and campaigns, whether it be a commercial on your television, an ad on your phone, and stuff like that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And how is that working? What's your ROI on that, on those paid campaigns, for example? And how do you track that?
So you would track it by impressions, and that's where the media companies come in that we work with, and they're able to give us reports on the impressions that our ads make. And it is kind of rough because there's not an exact ROI number for it yet for us, because you have people interacting with the ads and we're able to see the impressions that they're making, but then to convert them to members, we haven't really had that number yet.
Okay. When they do become a member, I'm assuming they pay you somehow, right?
Yes.
What's your back end stack? Is there a CRM that they go into? Is there a credit card transaction that happens somewhere?
Yes. So the way it would work is we have our own processing within the app and everything, with a very reasonable fee for Amex and Visa and all those cards. And the way the whole system works is like I said previously, it's the activation fee in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then they pay the yearly fee. And then per flight is generally, you can pay with your credit card through the app on a flight, and it will show you with taxes and the credit card processing fee. Or you would be able to use your credit card as a hold for the flight and then send us a wire for it.
Got it. Well, I think I have a rapid returns tip for you.
Yes?
So this is kind of a 2-in-1.
Okay?
So it's a 2-part tip, right? Because one's necessary for the other. On the end of the transaction, if you fed that data into Otis, not only would Otis be able to measure your ROI, but also optimize based on that, right? So you would be able to calculate your return on investment, even if it's not an online transaction necessarily, because Otis will take that data from your credit card processing or from your CRM and connect that back to where the ad was shown and show you your ROI, right? So that's number one. Also, while doing that, Otis will build a profile of those customers. And, targeting wealthy zip codes is a good place to start, right? But that's really one point. That's one data point. And and by the way, not everybody who lives in that zip code is wealthy, because, just because I'm a billionaire doesn't mean my kids aren't broke, right? So,
of course.
You don't need to pay to advertise to my son, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if you can know more things about your customer just than where they live, then you can really make that budget go further and be more efficient, right? If you had a way to make your planes fly 10% more fuel efficient, wouldn't you use it?
Yes, but just to be clear, we don't own the aircrafts.
I understand.
Yeah, it's not
an analogy, though.
Of course.
So I think that there's that one, being more efficient, everything that's measured improves, right? So if we can measure your ROI, then it will improve. And also, if we improve the targeting, it will improve. So that's my tip for UberJets.
Got it. And then I just have a quick question for you on that.
Okay.
So with Otis in the system, how are you able to tell through the CRM and the processing company that the ad targeted that individual and then they became a member through it?
Sure. So that's called first-party data, right? So that customer data that you get from that credit card transaction, or that you already have typed into your CRM, that's your data. And when Otis pulls that out and sends it back to the ad platforms, kind of like how you said you find the jet for the customer, we're sending that to our network of ad platforms, and we're saying, does this transaction match this ad impression, right? So, and it's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's essentially what's happening. And for that reason, it doesn't even have to be an online to online transaction. It can be offline to online attribution. So even the iOS 14 and the third-party cookie problem does not come into play there. So that's
definitely good to know.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me on.
I hope to become a client one day.
We hope so too.
And if you found any of that tip useful, or if you have your own marketing question, please leave a comment below. And if you would like to try Otis to deliver rapid returns for your company, we're giving you $250 in ad credit for the first $250 that you spend. Go to meetotis.com/rapid returns. Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me on.